So, NVIDIA, I don't know how to fucking feel about this, and it is a little bit. I'm a little bit frustrated. They recently announced, and they've done this before, specifically around mining cryptocurrency, where they announced a card through a third party that was specifically for mining cryptocurrency. No display outputs. All you do is put it in there, mine coin on it, and go. That just like fizzled out. But now that cryptocurrency is kind of like back again,
Yep.
NVIDIA has said that they're going to cut in half the hashing rate on any 3060, 3070, 3080. There's not a 3060, is there? No, 3070, 80, 90 cards. So that's going to be cut in half. So you would only be able to mine 50% of the coin that you would be able to on one of their graphics cards that are made for gaming via software. So a driver lock to stop you if it detects that you're mining coin on their graphics cards.
Why would they do that?
Because they're announcing their NVIDIA CMP HX, which allows for you to mine at full capacity on these cards that are designed for mining.
So they're trying to get you to fucking shell out for the good chip.
The thing that sucks about this is that these are the same exact fucking GPUs that are going to go into these cards that are not going to be going into cards that people can purchase for gaming. So there's a limited amount of silicone in the fucking world, right? There's a limited amount of resources to make these cards. And they're saying, okay, well, fuck that. We're just going to cut this in half to stop people from buying the cards you want to buy so you can play games. But we're also going to use those same chips inside of our mining cards.
They think that the, I guess, availability is going to be better is maybe what they might think if we look at it.
That's
in a
what
good
I was
light.
gonna say. I'm trying to think of their
because the cards are selling out, like it's hard to fucking get one, right?
Well,
so
yeah, the
they think that it
3090
might help, but also it sounds like it's probably just about money.
No, it is absolutely about money. And the thing that also sucks about this is now these cards are not going to have any resale value. I mean, people are already skeptical of buying cards used now because of mining, and there's a little bit of, yes, it could be fried, but most people who do Bitcoin mining undervolt the card, so it's using less power, right? But still able to mine a good amount of coin. So in most cases, if you're buying a used GPU, if the miner knows what he was doing, he would have undervolted it and not damaged the card or fried it or whatever. But now they're going to make these additional cards which could potentially have no display output. So you wouldn't be able to buy it and use it for gaming later on. Like, at least that's something right now that if they were not to have done this and just allowed people to mine at full capacity on the existing cards, the resale, you might get a good deal a couple years from now on a 3070 and get a couple $100 off the card on a used market because the miners are done with it, right? To me, it's just kind of a fucking money grab, and it sucks that those chips are the exact same ones that would be going into consumer products for gaming, and they're kind of taking
it just
away.
seems silly that.
Oh, I don't know. Is that some kind of jibber jabber or something?
Here's the thing. From the outside, it feels like it makes sense because I think the problem with getting out the 3090s, I think was the most recent, was that scalpers are botting the fucking sites and no one can buy them. And I would assume that those scalpers or not scalpers, but the people botting them are those mining farms.
I feel like it can't be all that though. Like it seems like one of those things where it would make sense, but I don't imagine that they're going to have a card that's specifically for mining and all of a sudden you're going to be able to get 3090s. And like Sean's saying, the biggest issue is even if they do that, they're basically splitting their potential production in half. So they're just going to have people botting to get those, and they're only going to produce half as many cards. I mean, maybe they're not actually going to cut the production in half, but I can't imagine that they're just increasing production capacity.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like no one has been able to get a 30 series card that I know at all. And the 3090 is not the one that most people are going after. That's $1,500, right? Like that's the most expensive card that NVIDIA released. So yeah, I mean, yes, you can't fucking buy one, but if I'm in the market, I'm looking at the 3070, right? Like 3080 tops
Yeah.
But the 3090s is so out. I mean, that costs more than my fucking computer combined. Like
Yeah.
almost all the parts of my computer, that's more
For a
money.
graphics card.
Yeah, for one part of my computer. So to me, it just kind of fucking sucks that they made this move because they can make money off of it. People are saying that you would still be able to make $7 off of a single card with the lock that NVIDIA's put into place, which is not a lot, but
yeah.
I mean, in terms of cryptocurrency, that fluctuates a lot. So if you're making $7 worth of Bitcoin today, or Ethereum or whatever,
Yeah.
it could be, thousands down the road.
Well, do you know if people are like raging about it?
There are some people who are unhappy with this choice.
Because I mean, maybe they will see the backlash and fucking change it. I mean, the fact that you're making a stink about it might like these things snowball.
The thing is that NVIDIA
Microsoft.
NVIDIA has done this before, and it was just a little bit more under the table. Whereas now,
did they go back on their poor decision?
They just stopped doing it. They just fizzled out. And it was with the 1060, I think, was the card that they were doing it with prior. And they made these cards through third parties like MSI that had no display output. So basically, it's just trash after the miners are done with it. No one is going to buy that card after the fact. At all.
It's spent.
I mean, it's basically trash. And that's kind of fucked up. It's like it's not even going to go to a secondhand use case in this scenario. If they were mining on a 3070, and they're like, okay, well, I'm going to upgrade. I've made enough money. Let me get the 3090s now and sell the 3060s or 70s. I keep saying that there's not a 3060. I hate that they changed this.
Buddy, you're not making a lick of sense up there.
That's the button I was looking for earlier. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I mean, so it's basically just like trash now. Like, and it is contributing to the problem of e-waste, which also is frustrating to me. Like, that's just another part of this whole thing. Is like, there's no one else able to use that card after the fact. The market's going to be very small, and now we're just producing more fucking e-waste, which...
Maybe they'll get shit on for it.
Yeah, I mean, that sucks. I don't know, dude. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it seems silly that... I mean, to me, it's in a simpler context. It's the same idea, but if you could use, like, a fucking PlayStation 5 to mine cryptocurrency, right now they're so hard to get, and people are botting and grabbing them, and then they're like, oh, but let's make this other model that's specifically for that or some shit.
And
like
cut it in half.
Because that's what I'm saying is the production... There's no way, like we said, that they're going to just double production by building a new facility to make the same card, essentially, just not for gaming.
Right, but also cut in the amount that you can make on an existing 30 series card.
Yeah, I mean, that I don't get either, but
it's to deter them from buying them, right?
Like, so that if you want to mine cryptocurrency, you go for this other card. But
yeah,
it just seems weird where they should be focusing on, like, getting cards to people that want to play games instead of finding... It seems like a weird way to go ahead and try to fix what they see as a problem instead of just increasing capacity or whatever they can do.
Well, I mean, like I said, if you were to mine on an unlocked card, right? And these are basically now locked cards for mining. Mine on an unlocked card, undervolt it, you're not damaging that hardware, and it can be reused by someone who wants to play a video game on it. Whereas, like, there's no use to that card with no display output ever, other than the ability to mine coin, which at that point, they're probably upgrading because there's a now 4000 series card.
Yeah. So, hey, man, I respect the enthusiasm.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like I got a little heated here. I'm sorry about that, but it is just frustrating to me that they're even playing into that market and stripping people who want to buy NVIDIA cards for gaming